This is YOHO TV.
He is an Indian supermodel, actor, film producer and fitness promoter. Born in Scotland, his family moved to England where he lived until the age of 7. Then his family moved back to India and settled in Mumbai in 1973. Known for his sexy physique and also called a Greek god, and a very, very, very famous supermodel in India, he seems to have the elixir of everlasting youth. Let's welcome on the show the famous Milind Soman. Hello everyone, I'm itchya Karki, your host, and this is Work Mania only on YOHO TV. And as you know, we have a very, very, very versatile person with us today. Welcome on the show, Milind.
Thank you.
So before starting the show, everybody knows you're here on the show. I was very confused as to how do I introduce you. You have so many
nice things.
Just the nice things. You have so many feathers on your hat. You are a sports person, supermodel, a Bollywood actor. You're a health activist as well as a fitness guru. You have so many things that you do, and it's such an honor to interview you today. And thank you.
Thank you. I'm not a fitness guru.
You're not?
No,
No, Raji was like, oh, okay. But I feel like you can.
I'm just fit.
You're just, all right. But definitely you, a guru is someone who will teach us, right? So definitely, I think in this interview, you will give us some tips and tricks.
I never give tips.
No?
No.
Why
no
not?
Tips and no advice.
Why not?
Because to me, fitness is a journey that, is important if it's internal.
Okay.
And because everybody is different. Everybody is an individual. Your body is different, your mind is different, your experiences are different, the way you're brought up is different.
All right.
So because of all those things, your journey will and has to be different. It's something only you can experience.
All right.
So there is, in fact, you would know there's so much misinformation out there.
Yes.
So let's say information. And sometimes that information can mislead you and misguide you. So you can only be correctly guided and led through your own experience.
Okay, that's really nice. I was hoping to get some tips, but
because fitness is also a lifelong pursuit. Health is a lifelong pursuit. You can't just say, okay, I'm healthy now and that's it.
Exactly.
Or I'm fit now and that's it. Every day, every choice you make, every thought, every action will make you fitter and healthier, or less fit and healthy.
So would you say that your modeling career was better than your acting career, or how?
Well, it was equally fun.
Equally fun.
I would say. When I started modeling, it was a world that was very, very new to me. The people were very, very new to me. They were all crazy. They had the kind of ideas and thoughts and attitudes that I had never encountered before as a sports person or an engineer. And I was meeting people like Rohit Bal and Tarun Tahiliani and I don't know if those names are famous here, I'm sure they are.
They are.
And they're all kind of my age. So when I started modeling, so I was 23, Rohit Bal must have been 24, 25. And everybody was starting out at that time. But they were crazy people. And they're still crazy people. And that was a lot of fun to just enter that world and just see so many new things, learn about so many new things, experience so much. Travel a lot. There were just 20 models in the entire country at that time.
Wow.
And we used to go everywhere and do every single show, right from the Middle East to the Far East and everywhere in India. So it was a really fantastic experience.
So no regrets of entering Bollywood?
No,
okay.
In fact, I would still like to participate in fashion shows, but I just don't have the time. And people keep calling me for stuff like that. And maybe once in a while I would like to do it. And with acting, it's the same thing. I started acting, as I said, because a friend of mine said, this is English, you should do it. And I said, okay, and I did it, and I enjoyed it. And so whenever I get a project that I think I'm going to enjoy, because it's different in terms of the character that's offered to me, or I've never done something like this before, or the director has some great vision, then I do it. Otherwise, it's not. I don't see myself as a career actor or a career anything. I like to just do whatever comes up and I find exciting. I want to explore it and I go ahead.
Maybe that's the reason why you give this aura very you're very happy. It seems like a very content person.
Yeah, because I just do whatever I like.
Well, that's amazing. And another thing I wanted to ask is like, you were a supermodel and I read so many interviews, I watched so many interviews, and you were called a Greek god with,
I think people lack imagination.
No, I think with that chiseled, everything. Don't you think you?
Well, I think Greek gods are looked up to as an epitome of beauty because of the tradition of sculpture.
Yes,
Greek sculpture, rather than what the gods may or may not have looked like. But the Greek ideal was from art.
Yes.
And that there was no other ideal in art when it came to bodies and faces and so on. Nowhere else in the world did they have that.
Yes.
And I think that's why they kind of came up with that. And everybody who's good looking is called a Greek god.
And you look amazing.
Otherwise, all gods will be amazingly good looking. I mean, why not Indian gods, Roman gods, pagan gods?
True. And I wanted to ask you, what is your secret to your, youth? You look very, very good. So I wanted to ask you, what is the secret behind it?
Well, I think sports for sure. I think sports really, really taught me a lot. That was an opportunity that came to me very early in life, and I think I learned a lot from that. I mean, not that everybody learns from it. I know a lot of people who have been in sport, but they have not been able to get as much as they could out of it. But I think it made me a very positive person. It made me a person with a great deal of self-belief. It made me a person who doesn't fear circumstances, situations, future. Doesn't care much about other people's opinions, what they have to say. So pretty much it made me the kind of person who does what they want to do, is free to be what they want to be, and think what they want to think. And I think, so it made me a very free thinking and a free acting kind of person. I think that's something that I feel I'm lucky to be.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. That was, and another thing I wanted to ask you, you've been to Nepal how many times?
Well, many times. I was here actually late last year to climb up to Everest Base Camp.
Did you end up doing it?
Yes.
And how was the experience?
Difficult. My mother did it at the age of 60, so...
Really? Yeah. Both were like, she climbed up and she...
To base camp, yeah.
Wow.
And I came by my helicopter because I didn't have the time, but the trek itself is not that tough. In fact, we were in a team of 40 people.
Wow.
We were shooting a TV show on the way. And everybody completed it quite easily. So I don't think it's tough. But it's a great experience because the people that you meet, the locals that you meet are fantastic. The foreigners who are trekking there, they're fabulous. The landscape is just incredible. I mean, that is heavenly landscape.
I know.
So I've always loved the mountains. So it was really fabulous to be there and come back every time to Nepal is always beautiful. So, and the first time was, like I said, it was in 1984, the first SAF Games. I think that was the first time, I'm not sure. But it was again a wonderful experience because I was representing India in a swimming competition, so that was fabulous. And I also won a medal. I can't remember whether it was a silver or a bronze. People tell me it's a silver. So, but it was great. It was great. So all my experiences in Nepal have been wonderful.
So we hope to see you again and again.
Of course. And I mean, I'm so happy that the Pinkathon is happening for the third time here. I know how difficult it must be to actually not only organize an event like this for the first time, but to have it 3 years in a row successfully, where the participants are really having a great time. They go back with so many amazing stories. That's a great achievement, and that's by the local organizers, the Leisure Port and Namraj Joshi. I think it's a great achievement by them.
true. And so before we wrap up, I have some rapid fire questions for you. All right, shall we start then?
Fire away.
Fire away, okay. And here are the questions for you. Sorry, I just had them here.
Where are the questions? Is the first question.
All right, so shall we start?
Yes.
Okay. Choose one. If you could only have done one thing, what would it be? Sports, acting, modeling.
Sports, for sure.
One regret in life.
I'm sure there must be something, but nothing I can remember.
Yeah. All right. Your favorite trip to Nepal?
I think this time because I got married last year, and now my wife is here with me for the first time, so I can show her this beautiful country. So
that's nice. And your worst trip to Nepal?
I've never had a bad trip to Nepal. It's really always been wonderful. I would say the people, the weather, the landscape, the food. It's all amazing.
And your favorite food in Nepal?
Are momos from Nepal?
Yeah, I think momos are very popular.
Momos,
everybody loves momos. Last question is, have you ever been hit by the member of the same sex? Hit on by the member of the same sex?
Oh, yes.
Yeah? Yes? Yeah. How do you react to that? Many times?
Since I think I remember since I was 12 or 13. Yeah, because see, it was a swimming pool, you know. So that is kind of a location where people are much more open and free. And it was not, I don't think it was in a sleazy way. You know, it was quite open and there were people around, and to me also it wasn't a bad experience. It was amusing in some way that, you know, somebody likes me, and it didn't matter to me that it was a man, you know. In fact, it wasn't like an old man. It was a person who was very close. I was 12, maybe he was 18, you know, something like that. And many times after that, and it's not really bothered me. Again, maybe it's because the kind of confidence that I have in myself, and you know, these kind of things are normal for me.
So never felt any like awkward situation?
No, even with the opposite sex, never, never awkward.
That's nice. So, and you've been to Nepal so many times. Can you speak Nepali?
Kastasha.
That's it. Yeah. What else? What else?
No, nothing that I can come up with.
Nothing. So I have this. I have something for you. If you could say that in Nepali for us.
What is it?
One moment. So Nepal मलाई
धेरै
मन पर्छ. म फेरि आउँछु.
I'll come back often.
Yeah, there you go, you come back often. So you're kind of getting the
gist of it, yeah.
Yeah, because I think it's pretty similar to Hindi. I think some words, and because they're both derived from Sanskrit.
The sound, I don't think the words are very similar, but the sound is similar, yeah.
All right, so I think that's about it.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you so much for being on our show. So I hope to see you next year as well.
Yes, very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is YOHO TV.